You should have warmed up. Why?
Because how hard is it to explain something and demonstrate if you don't have be able to pull out and do what I need to get done to explain it. So anyway, hello everyone. This is Babs Alexander, your international vocal coach, and I am coming live. Those of you that are going to be late and you are joining us, I ask you to come on in and let's have a conversation. All right. I know that we are live on YouTube and live on Facebook. So I want to go quickly into some things. We're not going to be here long today. And if you want to be able to ask questions and let me know what you would like to do or what your interests are, I do ask you to please click the links that I have left and provided for you to join in with us. If you are on YouTube, then you can quickly go over to my Facebook page. And I think that's under either Babs Alexander or the Performing Arts Academy of CT, which Facebook is not allowing me to change my name. I don't know what's going on. Good old Facebook, however the case may be. You can click there and the links are there provided for you, and you'll be more than welcome to join in. I would love for each and every one of you to join in. I do have a friend on, and I know that there was others that were signed up to come on. However, if you're not here, you better get in the house. All right. So today's episode is on audition techniques. I really want to talk about auditions, and I am going to ask Edwin to help me so we can sort of gear some things to him, since he's taken the time to be with us at midnight in South Africa. So we want to make sure, and I thank you so much, Edwin. I'm very humbled that you have stayed up to be able to work with us and talk with us about, hey, Earl, have fun at the studio tonight. But I am humbled that you have taken time to come and invest your time. I don't take it lightly when it is when it comes to talking to people about our craft. I take art very seriously. I take singing very seriously. I take acting very seriously. So, and when we do that, that means we take time, we invest, we study, and we empower ourselves to become great. So I do say thank you, Edwin. Now I'm going to ask Edwin, first of all, Babs International Vocal Coach is my company, and the whole purpose in doing this is to be able to give you a voice, to be able to go out, ignite, and empower and conquer your fears, tears, and joys. So what do I mean by that? So if you're doing auditions, then I want you to be able to go in and win your auditions. If you are a speaker, then I want you to go in and I want you to take that stage take the command, the presence of the stage and the audience, so you can be able to get them to come into you and be able to take part. Listen to what I just said. The other one is if you are auditioning for anything. Even if you are going to the Met and auditioning, which one time I did, I haven't had a chance to do it. I got so intimidated when I got there that everybody was doing the same thing I was doing. For some reason, I was like, oh, I better go over to the Broadway scene. But it was just so exciting to be able to continuously see so many of your peers coming from all over the world to audition to be on one stage. So exciting, so exciting. And the one thing about it is every time you go for an audition, you have to remember, even if you've seen someone that may be more notable or you have more notoriety than you do, please remember that these are your colleagues and that you too are the actor and that you're going for the same thing that they're going for. So you don't need to feel intimidated. You need to go in there owning it. I want you to write that down. I want you to go in and I want you to own what you have and own who you you are and own what you're there for. Because I believe the very first thing that stops us in an audition is intimidation. Intimidation. Am I right, Edwin? Edwin, you got to talk to me.
Yes, you're definitely right. You are right.
Because when you walk into some of these things and you go and you see all of these beautiful singers and actors, and you're like, oh, I've seen you in Othello, or I've seen you in whatever. It doesn't even matter. When you start to see them, you're like, okay, wait a minute. We're going up for some of the same roles, which means that you too are an actor. And you don't need to be intimidated, because now you have an equal chance. When they go in, they don't go in and look at the name. They go in listening to voices. There are times that I've gone into auditions and people have had their heads down inside a cell phone. And all of a sudden, once you started and they heard something they wanted to hear, their heads went like this. Make them pay attention to you. So how do you get someone to pay attention to you when you go into an audition room? Well, first of all, when you go in there with your personality. Please be realistic. Let's talk about reality. Okay? Realism. So that's your next point. I want you to keep going, because I want you to see all these keys that I'm going to ask you at the end. And hopefully you guys are taking notes. What is it that you learned from this, and how can it help you in your next audition? All right. So looking at realism inside an audition, if I go in there, they don't want you to be somebody. And then by the time you go back, and please share this out to others. But by the time you go into the audition, you're one person, and then you come back, they'll call you back for a call back, and you're like somebody else. They're like, what the heck is going on? And who is that? So no, we don't want you to do that. We need you to be authentically you. Authentically you. The whole purpose in holding an audition is to find new talent, different talent that will really take that role to another level. If we wanted Oprah Winfrey, we would have kept Oprah Winfrey and from one period to the next. No, they do want a talk show host, but they want somebody that has their personality, their character, that can take this talk show to another level, to get people interested, to engage them, to keep their attention, to be able to grab their attention. Did I say something about that before? Ownership, grab their attention, be realistic. These are points that I really, really want you to be able to see and hear as we continue and go further and further through this method, okay? I also want you to be able to go in there and tell them, give them your slate. Hi, I'm Babs Alexander, and I am here to audition for whatever it is that you're auditioning for. Let's talk about, say for instance, I'm going in for a Broadway audition, and I'm doing oh shoot, I forgot the character. But let's go with Hairspray, because I've done it several times. And I go in there and I'm doing Maybelle. Now, if that's the case, then I don't think I'm going, and this is an audition, so you can't go in looking like you didn't just went and got the whole outfit of what you gonna wear. No, I mean, come in and make sure that you look presentable at your auditions, but you can look the part. Okay. I had someone to come into our auditions just a couple of weeks ago. We were doing Heather's at the studio, and she looked very cute and presentable. And she came in as one of the Heathers, but she was still dressed in a nice outfit. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell that she was going after a character in Heather's. Same way for your audition. She came prepared for an audition. She came dressed for the part. Don't come in looking like something else and you're trying to be someone else. Okay. So make sure that you're prepared and you're dressed appropriately for the part. But don't be so outlandish that we looking at you like this. Okay. They didn't say come in costume. They didn't tell you to come in costume. They told you to come and look, think about it, align yourself with the character and be able to do it. Maybe you want to change your hair to sort of fit the character or whatever. So when you go in, now let's talk about what would you, when you get into that room and you're giving them your music, please know the guidelines of what you're doing when you're in there. Hi, Melissa. Please know the guidelines of what you're doing when you get into these auditions. If they ask for 16 bars or 32 bars or 8 bars, have your cuts already set up so you know what you're doing. Next thing, while you're already there, don't go in there with a book so full of crap till it's all falling out. I'm telling you, I mean, I've learned a lot in this audition spectrum. Go in there with a few sheets in the binder, because you got to remember, somebody at that piano is trying to play the music. And then there are times, oh, thank you, I appreciate, thanks for your support. So there are times where you go in there and you got cuts on page 1, page 3, and it jumped to page 7. Well, then if you have it like that, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take that, set up your binder, tape that stuff together, have it all set up, have the cuts, cut the cuts, make you some copies of the stuff, cut the cuts, make that stuff easy for the man to read. So when he goes in, voila, here, cutting here, jump to here, and here's my ending. Voila. Now they have everything they need. They don't have to try to figure it out. You've already made the cuts. You already have the transitions and you know how to sing it. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. So now that you have those things, it helps us to grow even more. Hi, Lise. So it helps us to go even further to be able to do this. Okay. So taking it from there, okay. Taking it from there, you then now have these things. Now you can say, okay, I'm comfortable with my music. I've done what I need to do there. Now you can concentrate on your song or your monologue. Don't go in with something so new that you're going to forget the words. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. If it's something so new to you, I do not recommend you to go in there. You're already nervous. You need to go in with something you know. All right. You should be going with something that's the style of the show. But say, for instance, something that's the style of the show is so new that you just really don't know it and you're going to get nervous about it, then I strongly advise you don't even go in with that. Go in with something else because you want to give them the best version of you. Okay. I really want to make sure you're comfortable because you want your personality to shine. We don't want you in there fidgeting and doing all it is looking like you're about to go into an anorexic fit. No, we don't want that. We want you to be comfortable with what you're doing. We want you to go in there and own it. We want you to be realistic. We want you to grab their attention and we want you to pull them into your audition. Okay? We want you to make sure that you are heard. Not only that, say, for instance, you go into that audition and you're not quite the fit of what they're looking for, but you were so powerful. Yes, that's exactly. Do you have any confidence boosting techniques? I'm going to tell you about that. That you were so powerful when you went into the audition until they were like, wow, we didn't have anything for her, but man, we got to bring her back. We'll bring her. You make people think about another show that they need you for when you go in and you just own the stage. You do. You do. Okay. And so I really want you to think about what it is that you have. And I always tell everybody, study, 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 study. I say it 1,000 times because it's important for you to feel comfortable in whatever it is, and put yourself in crazy conditions to try some stuff. You know, practice stuff in your car, practice stuff in your shower, practice stuff in your house. Look, play with the people at the job, practice stuff at the job. See how it carries over. See if you can grab their attention, or see if you done drove them crazy. But whatever it is, make sure that you command the presence. Command the presence. All right. Write that one down. You got to command the presence. All right. So a lot of this stuff I'm giving you, auditions, yes, but you can use them. Now, Melissa said, do you have any confidence boosting techniques? When you are trying to go in to gain your confidence, the first thing I would start to say is, one, while you're at home talking to yourself, and while you are talking in the mirror, and while you are talking to your friends, and while you are talking on your line, talk online. Talk on there for 5 or 10 minutes. Guess what? Right now, if I looked at one screen, I don't see anybody. So what this does is help me build my confidence, because I know somebody's going to see this video. All right. So that's something to help you build it, is start to get in the practice of talking and practicing in front of one first, in front of 3. Before you know it, it does boost your confidence. I always say this. I had this one student to come into my office, and she wanted to learn how to sing. She was so shy. She was so shy. I asked her to sing. She put her parents out. They had to go sit in the car for the lesson. That didn't work. Then I said, okay, well, I want you to sing. You know, I'm going to put you in a master class, and maybe you can, you know, come in and just sort of listen to the other kids. And if you want to sing, then that would be great. We didn't hear from her for a whole year. She left. But she knew that she wanted to be able to come out of that shell and build her confidence up so she could be able to go on with her goals. And so what happened was, she came back to me the next year and she wanted to try it again. Okay. So if at first you don't succeed, try again. So she wanted to try it again. She came in and she sat and she listened. And as she sat and listened, she started to ask questions. It was a little girl that was up there, and the little girl was so nervous. It was her first time. And so she said, she said, do you mind if I stand with you? So she went and stood with the little girl that was there. And before I know it, they were both singing together. They didn't know each other from Adam. But working together, even with 2 scared people came together, they built their confidence and they became stronger. Then she took it a step further and she started singing, and then she started singing at church. And then for she started singing in front of strangers. And then I was like, well, can you go sing Open This? Oh yeah, I'll do it for you. She came right out of that shell. And right now she is a journalist on somebody's news station right now. She worked for WTNH. So this is what I'm telling you. These are things that can help boost your confidence. We ask you, keep getting into things, keep getting in the clubs. These bring you out. When you're by yourself, it makes you close, and it makes you, like, oh, okay, I'm not sure. But when you start getting out and you start going out to these different things, and oh man, karaoke, oh, that's a confidence boost. Karaoke will help you get these things out, and it will help you to practice, and it will help you to see how an audience will react to you on what you're doing. And what I like about karaoke is you can go in there and sing any style of music or do whatever it is, and the people will give you their reaction to it, so you can continue to see, hey, can I grab the attention of the crowd? Can I commit? Now, commanding the crowd. Keep your water. Keep your water. Commanding a crowd. When you know that, am I helping anybody? Please leave some comments. Talk to me. I need to know if I'm just talking. Let me look over here on the side on the chat. Can you say something? Is any? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So anybody down there, thank you so much with the hearts and the likes over there. So with all of this said, I really, really want you guys to make sure that this is something that could help you, so you can be able to open your mouth and be able to sing and be able to get what you need when you're in here. Now, let's talk about you in the audition. Know the history of whatever the song is that you're doing, because when you get into an audition, nobody wants you to stand there. La 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 la. They're gonna be like this after a while. Oh, no, no, no. We don't need boring Betty. Boring Betty got to stay home because boring Betty is not ready. Okay. So I need you to understand the backstory of it, what it is that you're singing and how you're grabbing the attention. And by the way, Lisa Edwin is also an opera singer. Just to let you know, Lisa is also an opera singer. So, hey, you're not alone.
Amazing.
So understanding this, when we're doing these things, it really does help us to understand and take time to figure out what we're doing and why we're doing it. And this way, when you get in there, become the character. You are, walk in there in character. All right. So if you walk in there in character, immediately they're going to know what character you came to audition for. Come in character. Give them the music in character. And then stand and be ready to sing in character. And make sure you use the space in character. Don't stare at them in their faces, in their eyes. You can look above their heads like you're talking to the audience and things like that, you know, and listen, when you're authentically you, if you're funny or whatever, I mean, hey, let them have it. Let them have it, because when they laugh, they remember things. Oh man, that guy was a hoot. That was so funny. That was good, you know, and they'll find places and ways to put you in there, you know, because they enjoy good, authentic people. Good, authentic people. Lisa, while I have you on here, Lisa is one of our coaches at Babs International Vocal Coach, and she is teaching classical music, and she's doing this on Tuesdays, right, Lisa?
That is correct.
All right. So, Lisa, I want you to tell them a little bit about audition techniques for classical singers. We're listening.
Well, it's great to have as much confidence as possible. You know, classical is very studious, just as anything else, but it requires a great deal of focus. So when you walk into that audition room, sometimes that boisterous energy that you have when, I think a serious monologue is kind of the way you would always want to approach a classical audition, because singing classically, it is very serious, and it really requires several aspects. When you stand there, there's, I think, a few more things to think about than with maybe musical theater or in acting. There's a few more things to think about and to incorporate, because the singing is so different and almost so delicate. So as much as audition is exciting, it's exhilarating, it has a lot of adrenaline in it. It is, and it's even fun, just, especially audition season, going from audition to audition, and then waiting and wondering, and the expectancy. It is also a very serious, focused thing, and talent is a very serious thing. And the judges or the panel sitting there, you're important, they're important, everyone there is important. You want them, they want you, you want to be like, they want to like you, they're rooting for you, they want the best. So confidence is the key.
Absolutely, absolutely. Confidence is everything, because you got to have faith when you're going in there. You're not going to into anything just to be there. And it's so important that you know that I came here to win. So go in there with your winning attitude so you can be able to win. So you can go in there and really enjoy the stylistic of what you're doing, so you can feel like, hey, I've accomplished my goal. When you go in, you want to feel that way. You want to feel that way. Even if you're going in for a serious role, you need to think about it. Don't immediately start when you get there. Pause. Take some time. Feel the energy. Create energy in the room for where it is that you want to go. Okay. Make sure that you maximize the range. That's something that I have noticed when I get people to audition, they stay in a safe zone. They want to hear the range of where you can go so we can know whether you're the good fit for a role or not. We shouldn't have to take you through 2 or 3 more steps, but many times we do, which means that you need to make sure that your song that you've chosen is a song that shows your expression, one that shows your personality, one that shows your range, and one that shows your ability, and that you can control and command the song. I was on TikTok. I saw a 2-year-old child. A 2-year-old child. This young lady took the song and she was, oh my goodness, let me see if I can find it, because I was so shocked to hear how well this child at 2 or 3, whichever one it is, you could hear her vocal ability really kicking out already, and she just started. So if that's the case, then it says to me, wow, this child's really going to go somewhere with this ability of what she has. And I was really, really intrigued to hear that someone so little was able to hear to take the expression, to be able to command the presence. 30 seconds. 30 seconds was the video. And it was just so exciting to see that this child was able to do so much in so little time. And I don't even think that it was something, let's get down to business. I had never heard the song before. And then she made me want to go and listen to the song. I'm telling you, the personality of a person can quickly grab your attention. You want an attention grabber. You want something that says, I love that. Oh, listen to her. Oh my goodness, the child even had vibrato. She had to be about 2 or 3 years old. And I was like, oh my goodness, I would love to have this kid in fun voice lessons for kids, because she was so good. It made me say, hey, that might be someone that really want to take time to be a person. I can't find them right now. So without further ado, those are the types of things that I'm talking about. If you have questions, please ask those questions at this time so we can answer your questions. Edwin?
Yes, Babs.
Well, do you have any questions for us?
I'll think of a few.
Okay, okay. Is it something that you wanted to learn? That's maybe we should ask that question.
Yes, I think maybe the basic criteria one should follow for
Mhm.
auditions, your like your music, what to expect in an audition, what not to do, and stuff like that.
Okay. I'm going to give you one or two more things. And then maybe Lisa can also chime in here. First of all, can you tell us which audition? I think that will help us to gear this conversation a little bit better.
Some competitions
Mhm.
and your what are they called? Your
Are we,
studios.
are we talking about classical
Ye-
audition?
Yes, classical auditions.
Okay. Lisa, can you talk about that, please?
Yes. Okay. So, repertoire list is essential. Choosing the right repertoire, singing what you're most confident with. When you walk in there, of course, you want to know it well, have it fully memorized. A lot of people say they want to have the aria in their body. So you can sing it standing on your head and sing it sitting down and sing it running. You can just sing it anywhere, anyhow. And when you have that adrenaline and when those nerves kick in on an audition and you're pumping or not pumping, you can still walk in there and just give it. You have to choose. There's a thing with the fach, the type of voice you have. You want to make sure every aria that you choose is within your voice type.
Very
Sometimes,
important. Hold on,
sometimes
Lisa. Just for the Facebook group, she said you need to make sure that all of your music is in your vocal range. That's something I didn't say earlier, but it is extremely important that the music is in your. First of all, you need to know your vocal range. If you do not know your vocal range, then you might need to be getting into some of our master classes that we're having, whether it's fun voice lessons for kids or masterclass for adults or classical masterclass with Coach Lisa. You need to be in these classes. We've broken these classes down where you can get into a 4-session class, and we've made it economical for you so you can get in these classes and learn and learn. Okay, we've set it up. It's only $3.99 for 4 sessions, so you can get in the class and own it. By the time you get in there, I'm sorry, you get 3 group sessions and 1 private one-on-one session. Now, that one-on-one session with us, this is where we really find out, did you really understand what we brought to you in these group sessions, so you can be able to get in there and win your auditions, okay? So I'm not gonna stop Coach Lisa again for now. I want her to finish that idea. Go on.
I also feel that it is it is essential. Oh, of course, yes. So also in the right fach, if you're taking a chance on something, um, if it's noticeable, if it's outside of the fach, they might ask a question, be like, oh, why are you doing this one? It's not in line with the others. If you're auditioning for a role and you're bringing that specific piece to sing, that is highly recommended to if you're going for a particular role, know the particular piece. If you can learn it in 24 hours, why not? But that is also a great help. Um, they, uh, I believe they like if you just sing something and they decide from there. But if you actually sing a part of the role, an aria or song from the role, they would definitely, it'll make it easier for them because they'll already have it in your ear, in their ear. They'll be looking at you, have your look in their ear, everything. So that is also a major plus.
Thank you, Miss Lisa. Very good. Mr. Edwin, did that help you?
Yes, it did.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Very
thank you,
good.
Lisa.
Oh, Now, do you have any other questions on the Facebook side? If so, please let us know at this time. I don't see any other questions there. If you do, please place them in the chat so we can assist you. All right. If you are on YouTube, I do ask you to please leave your comments below and we will answer your questions. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Listen, it's so important that when you're going into these auditions and you're looking to see what it is, whatever the audition is that you're doing, if you are doing the Rigoletto, or Edwin, what is your voice type?
I am a baritone.
You are a baritone. All right.
Yes.
And name some roles that you have played thus far?
The Papageno.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Okay,
Yes. The Papageno, the Count Almaviva from Le Notte di Figaro.
Ah.
Yeah, so I'm a lyric baritone.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Oh my goodness. Me and Coach Lisa gonna have to come to South Africa and look you up.
Yes, do that.
That's our international trip again. Now, you do know, Edwin, that I met Coach Lisa on an international trip as we were going to perform in Italy.
Okay.
That's how we met. So it would be very good. It would be very good to go on another international trip with her. Amazing. So yeah, definitely. We really want you all to think about all of the things that we talked about, how you own the stage, be realistic when you get there, make sure you grab their attention, make sure that you can feel the the intensity of the song, make sure you can feel it within yourself. You can't give something out to someone else if you can't feel it for yourself. Okay. Make sure that it's in your range and make sure you're focused and you're serious about what you're doing. And these are all the techniques that we're giving you for this evening. And watch the fidgeting. I have one more thing up. I got stuff everywhere. Watch the fidgeting. So when you're getting in there, talk to them, but don't be fidgety with your hands. Be on purpose with your hands. Okay. Use them and don't do the same thing over and over again. You look crazy. You look crazy like that. Don't do that. All right. So be very on purpose with where your hands are going, what you're doing. When people are coming into an audition, casting directors will maybe in there doing it. It's no telling what they're doing because everybody's different. But what you need to do is stay focused on what it is that your purpose was when you got in there. They will ask you, they'll ask questions, they're friendly, of course, try to get there early and be comfortable when you get there. Make sure your voice is warmed up already. If it is not, go somewhere in that building and do something, lip trills, whatever. All right, open mouth hums. All kinds of things that you need to do to get that voice up and going. When I was doing these auditions in New York City, audition call will probably be 8. I will be on the first thing smoking out of Connecticut, and I will be out at auditions with my lawn chair and a blanket. I was serious, man. I was serious. Sitting outside by myself. Wish you would say something mess up with me. I was determined to be at that cattle call and be one of the first ones in that line. There are times where I would stay overnight, stay there all night so I could be able to be in some of those auditions. And I was there. I'll never forget. I was in the Dance Your Ass Off competition. I stayed all night. I was first one there. I brought my chair. Then somebody else came. They were coming from all over the US to get to that audition. I'll never forget it. And I think by the time we opened the door, somebody jumped in front of me. It was okay. It's fine. As long as I was in the first number, it didn't matter to me. But we had to, I finally put my chair up because you've been standing there, what have you, all day and all night trying to make sure that you were ready for this audition. I don't think they opened those doors until almost like 10 o'clock. But by that time you didn't stood so long, so you ready. I mean, but the momentum and the adrenaline of everyone being out there, you're very excited. There are times where you go and you sign in, and then there's other times where you go in whatever order you're in, that's the order they call you. So you guys stay in. I don't know. I haven't done a lot of classical auditions. Lisa, what is the protocol there? Hi, Nazmo. All right, what is the protocol for classical audition, Lisa?
Usually, they are scheduled, and each singer is given a time.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is not a specific time, then maybe a few have one time at a block of maybe half an hour, and everybody comes up to half an hour, but each singer is given a specific time. I remember, I know the cattle call, it's not, I like that it is a little bit more specific, a little bit more tailored, but
Okay.
waiting can happen. The people do bring their own pianists, and they use the one there. It's more than the 16 bars, like a full aria, full song. So yes, it can be very individually tailored with individual time slots. Maximum, sometimes like 10 minutes each. The average is about 10 minutes per audition slot.
So make sure that you come in with various styles of music, because when you go in and you sing that one piece, or you do that one acting piece. Well, let me talk about the acting side of that, because I didn't really touch base on that. I did more of the singing side on a lot of those. And thank you, Coach Lisa. Hi, August. But the one thing I want you guys to know, especially on the acting side, when you are coming in with those monologues, you got to think about your repertoire needs to be vast, okay? So whether you're doing a legit, contemporary, what have you, you need to be ready for something. And not only that, a lot of times they can tell you to take the same monologue and say, can you make this a little bit more demanding? Or can you make this a little more funny? Or you got to be able to take that thing and flip it 100 different ways, because they want to see what is your ability to change in a dime, in the midst. What is your ability to make those changes? When you're able to be so versatile, then you need to do that. Another thing is, take some time to take some classes with well-known, reputable people. Okay? So when you start to do that, then it says, this person, they invested. They invested to go and get some lessons. Now they're checking out, and they're stepping out to be able to do some things, and they start to watch you even more so, because you took some time to invest in yourself. When you start to invest in yourself, people start paying attention to what you're doing. It starts to show. It shows on you, on your ability. Another one I love doing, which is a super secret to me, is Clubhouse. If you're not on Clubhouse, it is a place that you might need to just change and hang out on every so often. It is, it's so exciting to be able to go there and see all these casting directors of places that you're trying to get to. They're all sitting there in one house. Everybody is there. And it's like, wow, really? So you need to sometimes take that time to go there. And questions that you're trying to answer, they're there to answer those questions. I'm going to be having another summit. I don't know if many of you had a chance to even see my last summit. I left the summit on YouTube. It's under Babs International Vocal Coach. Feel free to go there and listen to the summit with those casting agents. And they're there so they can be able to help you to grow and go and be able to do some things. And they left information so you can be able to contact them. Don't leave nothing on the table. I'm presenting all this content for you so we can get you where you need to go. What you doing? Let's go. Let's go. The information is here for you, but you got to make an investment in yourself so you can get to the next level. So who's in it with me to say, hey, I'm serious about this game. I really, really want to do this. I know it's something better in me other than just getting a snippet here and snippet there. I want the whole loaf. I want to be able to change a nation. I want to be able to know my talent so much that I be able to land these roles every time I go after them. I need more from you. That's when you need to get and invest in these master classes. Okay, beginner to Broadway, get in all of these classes to help you grow as an individual so you can get the goal. Stop piecemealing it together. Invest in yourself. All right, guys, that's all the time I have for you today. If you have questions, contents, or if you're saying, hey, I'm ready to go to the next round, then this is the time when you send me those messages. Babs, an international vocal coach. Let's help you get where you need to be. If you need to be in that classical class, Edwin, then you need to be sending it to Babs, the international vocal coach. I got to get in Lisa's master class. Lisa is no little chump. She has been training all over the world. She's been in the new Lincoln City, Lincoln. I got it wrong.
Oh, yes. Lincoln Center.
Lincoln Center, the Metropolitan Opera, you name it. Let's make it work. You have professionals here to help you get where you gotta go. All right. I'll see you guys later. Without further ado, this has been Babs Alexander, your international vocal coach. See you until next time. If it's topics that you want to know, then you make sure you send me a DM and let me know what topics that you would like for us to cover. And in our next webinar, we'll start to cover some of those topics. Okay? Thank you, guys. Let me hear you invest in yourself. You got this. You're worth going after the goal. All right? Did I answer all your questions, Edwin?
You have answered more than the questions that I had. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, y'all take care. Let me cut off this one so I can get off the other one. Hold on. I'm trying to get everybody off now. But all right, Mr. Edwin, hold on. I might have, Y'all know we on 100 different things. I'm trying to make sure we are all set. I don't know if I set it up or set it off. Hold on. Oh, I don't think I got the other one. All right. All right, Edwin. So let me know if you need us, if you want to go into those other classes, please let us know.